You've got Seamus Coleman, perhaps Ireland's best player. You've got John Stones, John Stones, a centre back who is a huge up and coming centre back, and he seems like he's going to be great. You've got Phil Jagielka, who's a starter for England sometimes when he starts, and he's really good. And then you've got Leighton Baines, who is England's number one left back. Now playing for England doesn't really mean much. But, and then you've got James McCarthy in midfield, who is definitely one of Ireland's best players. He's a fantastic midfielder. And you've got Gareth Barry, who's really solid and he really knows what he's doing. Really experienced. Ross Barkley, Kevin Morales, Gerard Deulofeu, a Barcelona youth academy player, and Romelu Lukaku, one of the best strikers in the Premier League. How is that side not challenging for the top four?
Especially this year.
They should probably didn't have Deulofeu last year.
This year would have been their best year too.
If Leicester can go for the title, I don't see why Everton can't at least go for fifth.
Yeah,
because if you look at the table, like fifth and like eighth are like within 3 points of each other.
Exactly.
It's just crazy how tight it is.
We're like 2 points off. We're like 2 points off you.
Everton went on a run before this. If they've won the last 3 games 3-0 before this one. And they lost against West Brom. So it's just inconsistency.
Yeah.
But it's the manager, it's like that building that long term thing. He's been doing that for 3 years now.
But he came in and it was so good.
Exactly, straight away. And then
he I don't know if you remember, but they had to beat Arsenal to jump ahead of them with 3 games left, and they did that and still fucked it up and still finished outside the top 4. Last year was a shambles with Everton, but you could get that second season syndrome. Don't go mental and sack the manager. He's got a good side here, but now you've gone out, you've bought good players. Your man Besic is good. I forgot about Besic. You've got a really good side, and they're finishing. Where were they? 12th, 13th in the table. They're 11th in the table.
11th in the table. They should be at least around here. Like around 6th, 7th.
They should be I mean, with that side, they could be above Southampton.
Like Southampton, West Ham, like Everton, you'd think would be better than them.
Yeah, I think there's a big problem with Everton. I don't know if it's Roberto Martinez that needs to do something, or if it's him that needs to change.
I don't know. I think he seems too soft. He seems okay with losing those games.
Yeah,
maybe it's at the background with Wigan
dancing to Jason Derulo.
Exactly.
Give a shit, does he?
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. Obviously, I don't know who would go in.
No, he's a good manager.
He's a good manager.
Deny him his record in this.
But if you look at what he did at Wigan, was shit all year. Last 5 games. Great
results.
And then everyone's like, "Oh, Roberto Martinez. Oh, he's a saviour." Do the exact same thing again. I remember that the season before they got relegated, everyone was like, "Oh, if Wigan can kick on from here. If Wigan can kick on, they can really do something next year. They can challenge for Europe. They can finish 7th. They can do this, blah blah blah." Exact same thing. Worse, the next season got relegated. Won the FA Cup, but got relegated. And I know he won the FA Cup with Wigan, which is just incredible.
The thing with Wigan was acceptable because he hadn't got any money to spend, and he was keeping them up every year. But
I know there's not much money at Everton.
But they never spent any money, and then they gave him £30 million to buy Lukaku. That's a big statement.
Although, did they sell someone the season before? Or something? Fellaini money. That's it. They didn't spend the Fellaini money. So thanks for that. You got. Well done. Alright, we move on.
Norwich 2, West Ham 2.
Good result for Norwich.
Good, yes.
Because they need points.
So they were
West Ham.
They were ahead in that match. They were 2-0 ahead.
Oh shit!
And then West Ham came back 2-1.
Disappointing for West Ham because they've been.
Well, I mean, how the game plan there disappointing for Norwich.
Yeah, because if you're 2-0 up in a relegation battle at home, you'd really want to win.
You think a point against West Ham would be really good, but if you're 2-0 up, that's. Well, if you're losing a 2-0 lead.
If 2-0 up, well, I can speak from experience. When you're in that position, and you're 2-0 up. Well, maybe not 2-0 up, but you bring, you want the centre back to come on for the striker, and then put the centre back in the same direction for the last 20 minutes. Just.
She doesn't know what he did with Leicester. He took off Maris when they went down 10 minutes. Defender.
The Arsenal match.
Yeah, in the Arsenal match.
Yeah, but that was because they got a man sent off.
Yeah,
let's talk about if you're ahead.
Yeah, but still, if he was winning that game,
park the bus more.
In
their situation, you would park the bus.
Yeah, exactly.
I could get Bournemouth not doing that. I could get Bournemouth going for more goals.
Yeah,
but not Norwich.
Norwich have been really surprising because I thought out of the sides that came up, they would have been the best. Now maybe that's why they're not, because whoever comes up and you think are going to be the best, usually are the worst. So I don't know. I think they have a good side. They had one of the best sides in the championship last year. And they only got through the knockout, was it?
Yeah,
playoffs,
and they were the underdogs in the playoff. They were playing against Middlesbrough.
Yeah,
everybody is expecting Middlesbrough to go.
Which is surprising. Fair play to Alex Neil, who came in, did a really good job, and he's still doing a really good job. But they've got your man Nathan Redmond has gone missing all season for me.
Yeah.
No, I haven't watched Norwich in a while. I think the last match I watched them was the Liverpool game.
Yeah, I barely watched Norwich this year.
And
the Liverpool game, like, you scored 4 goals against Liverpool, but you still managed to lose.
Yeah,
like that's. You can't really do that if you're in a relegation. Because you have the ability to score 4 goals. You proved it straight there. So
just don't play a team that has the ability to score 5.
Yeah,
or 6.
Or don't have the capacity to concede 5.
Yeah.
Is what you should really do.
West Ham now, I thought they would have saw that as an opportunity to jump ahead of United.
Yeah.
And I say they were probably favourites.
I'd say United lost, and then maybe there was a bit of pressure there.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think. I mean, maybe not that much. I don't know how far off they are.
They were a point, I think.
Fucking move.
They're only a point.
They're only. What was it?
Yeah, they're only a point.
Only a point. All right. Well, they're only a point now.
And they've the same goal difference.
Yeah.
But you would have thought with the Sunderland result, then Norwich would have said, "Well, we need to win."
Yeah.
Because even Sunderland are at it now. Before that, Villa would have been at it. Villa would have been on back-to-back runs. So you would have said, "Right, we need to go out," and they did.
But maybe it shows Norwich aren't that great because they lost to Villa the week before.
Exactly.
But
Naismith, I think Naismith's a great sign.
Naismith, that is a good sign. He's very good.
He is a good player. I don't know why Everton sold him. To be honest, I think he still could do a job. He maybe didn't get into the starting team, but he still did a job.
Yeah, even if Lukaku was having a bad game, you could kind of count on
or Ross Barkley
or to score.
He scored a hat-trick against Chelsea at the start of the season.
But he didn't start that match. He came on as a sub.
Yeah.
But that's a nil
game. 2 goals in like 5
without Stephen Naismith.
Yeah.
So he's a game changer.
A
huge game changer.
Didn't they lose 3-1? They went 3-1 against Chelsea. They would have lost 3-1 without 1-0 without. No, so yeah, I think West Ham maybe are happy with where they are in the table because I think they know no one's breaking into that top 4.
Yeah, no.
And I think
unless United become amazing and City drop points.
I think one of those things is realistic of happening. And
City dropping points.
Yeah. Alright, well, yeah. Okay, will we move on to the next one? Swansea, who are in the shitter at the moment, lost 1-0 to Southampton.
I'm so surprised with Swansea because I really like Swansea.
I really don't want them to go down.
But I don't want them to go down, but I'm just so surprised how bad they're playing.
No, but I just if they do go down, they deserve to go down.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because sacking the manager.
It's that I really like the players there and I like how they play football. But what the fuck are they doing sacking Gary Monk?
If you're going to give a young manager a chance,
and
then he does so well, and then he goes on a run of games. It's his first job. Yeah. Even if he gets relegated, and then he has the experience. So he can come back up again.
But I'm surprised that because they wouldn't be in a relegation battle if they had kept them. And if you would have said to me at the start of the season, Swansea are going to be in a relegation battle, I would have said no. Because that's what Gary Monk and that's what Michael Laudrup and that's what Brendan Rodgers did there. They didn't just bring up Swansea and keep them there. This is the first time they've been in a proper relegation battle.
Yeah, I know.
Then
last year, didn't they finish top 10?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure. They definitely did.
Yeah, it was top 10.
Because we was talking of getting manager of the year.
Yeah.
And possible manager of the year, you give him a month of bad form before you sack him.
Exactly. He was fourth after the first 6 games.
Yeah.
So
they won the first 3 games, or they hadn't lost or something. They drew with Chelsea in the opening day of the season. So I just sacking him is just really annoying as someone who likes Gary Monk, as likes football.
But they're paying the price, no?
Yeah,
because
exactly.
But they didn't even. It's like sacking a manager is justifiable if you have a plan, if you have someone ready to come in afterwards.
Yes.
But they didn't have that.
Waited a month and then hired some random fucker from Italy.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't speak English? Can you speak English? I think I've heard him speaking. I don't even know what the fuck guy is.
Yeah.
Don't like him at all. I mean, maybe it could be like Pochettino at Southampton.
Yeah, fair play to Pochettino. He couldn't speak a word, and then the next season he came back.
This guy's 62.
Yeah.
So he's got sacked from 20 teams.
Yeah.
Pochettino was at Espanyol for 3 years before he came to Southampton. That was it. So he had a big role.
I don't know. I'm just disappointed to see Kieran go. I'm still. I mean, it's been 4 months. I'm still disappointed to see him go. And we talk about Southampton. I think Southampton are a good side.
A solid season, another solid year, 7th place.
Yeah, I mean they seem to be. They had
that was probably their objective.
I want to show you the form table, right? Because Fraser Foster has just come back in the past month, and Southampton have won 5 and drawn 1 of those games.
They're all clean sheets as well. 6
clean sheets since Fraser Foster come back. Now I hope that means that Liverpool are going to go out and buy him, because we need a fucking goalkeeper.
Oh yeah.
But
you could do it with the stock goalkeeper as well. Actually,
we could do it with just a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I think what Koeman has, it's been tough all season not having a goalkeeper, because I think, as Fulham learned, Stecklenburg in a relegation season is not a great goalkeeper.
No.
So I think he's doing a really good job there, Ronald Koeman. Well, Stecklenburg fucking sucks. I don't know if you remember when he was at PSV, linked heavily with United. And then went to Roma.
Yeah, he was the Holland goalkeeper.
Holland goalkeeper after the World Cup. Everyone thought he might go to United, and went to fucking Roma. So it's his own fault then. He went to Roma. He used to beat them 7-1 in the Champions League.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I remember that game.
Yeah, you fucking do remember that game.
Yeah.
I remember the fucking Sunday match.
Carrick's got a cracker there.
No one gives a shit.
Well, it's Carrick,
Michael Carrick doesn't even care about that guy. Alright, so Southampton, good side, well done. We move on
Chelsea.
to a big result for Chelsea, and a huge result for Newcastle, because they lost 5-1 to Chelsea. And it would make more sense if they lost 5-1 to Arsenal or 5-1 to Spurs.
But
they lost 5-1 to mid-table side Chelsea.
This is they're not even a mid-table side. They're like bottom half team at this stage.
Yeah, exactly.
With Newcastle, I was surprised. I'm not gonna lie. I know it's they're bottom 3, but they were doing pretty well. They got they drew 3 all with United.
They had a bit of a.
They were doing all right, and then they just walk out and just get.
They have 1 or 2 games when they seem like they're turning things around.
Yeah.
They beat West Brom the other day, and then back in December they beat Liverpool. People thought, oh, is this finally them clicking because it's a good side here?
And then you go out and...
No, they beat Liverpool, then they fucked off for 2 months, and then they beat West Brom, and then they're going to fuck off for another 2 months.
But they were in the relegation battle last year, right up to the last day of the season, and then that guy Mike Ashley came out and done the interview before that match and said, well, we're going to invest heavily next year. And I was like, right, well, he's done that, but he's hired a fucking fool to take over. That's all he is. He's an idiot. He's
a Wally with a brolly.
He's like you undo all of your good work in the transfer market when you hire someone like Steve McLaren to coach that group of players.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then you have to invest heavily in January because he's fucked up with that group of players. So you have to get more new players.
But then you're handing him back those new players to him, and he's just going to fuck those up as well.
And you have to go into the summer. So
I
don't. And they give him a 3-year contract, and he doesn't seem like the type of manager or the type of chairman who would pay a manager out for 2 years.
Yeah.
So Newcastle is one.
I think even if they get relegated, they'll keep him.
Because they'll hold on to that thing.
One thing that doesn't make sense to me is, why did he get the job in the first place?
But there was
not just Steve McLaren, we know now he's shit. And I know he'd gotten to the playoff final because they played QPR and we watched that match 2 years ago. He had finished 8th with Derby.
But he was second, I think, with 6 games to go. And he finished 8th.
Yeah.
So he lost the last 8 games and then finished outside of the top 6.
They were favourites to go up at the start of the season because Steve McLaren had gone in and they just got into the playoffs. And they finished 8th, and that's ridiculous. But that gets you a Premier League job, and not any Premier League job. Newcastle, which is a pretty big club.
It is. It is definitely a big job.
Definitely a big
especially
job.
with all the
It's
money.
nowhere near as big as the fans think it is, but it's definitely a big job.
Yeah, I know.
And so hiring Steve McLaren, there was. I mean, I'm pretty sure Claudio Ranieri hadn't been snapped up at that point when they hired Steve McLaren.
Even Paul Lambert would have been a better choice than this Harry Redknapp, Gus Poyet.
Yeah.
They're all better than. They're not good managers. They're all just better than Steve McLaren.
Yeah, there's just a whole host. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they sacked. I mean, I want them to sack McLaren because if they have a good manager now, I like all those players, so I'd like them to stay in the Premier League. Like if they went down, and it's obviously they're going to keep some of the players because they don't get rid of everyone. So if that means that Wijnaldum stays, which I don't think he will, but if that means that Wijnaldum stays and plays in the Championship.
I don't understand what Wijnaldum and Depay were both PSV. Depay went to United and Wijnaldum went to Newcastle, even though they were both arguably
they were both like
as good
as I think Wijnaldum had a good World Cup though.
Yeah.
Or no, Depay had a good World Cup and Wijnaldum didn't even go, did he?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, I know the World Cup wasn't last year.
I thought like someone like Tottenham or something would buy Wijnaldum.
I think that's what he seen Depay leave and realised he can't do anything more in PSV, so he took Newcastle to kind of window shop, if you know what I mean, to put himself out there, so the clubs would go, okay, because if he gets relegated